Hey guys, Big Mike here. Yeah, I haven't done a video in a while, so I was just spontaneously decided to go on a short trip to from Frankfurt to Dusseldorf, and thought, yeah, why not just throw on the recorder and take you guys along for the ride. So, refueling is complete. Aircraft is already powered up and all, and only thing that we need to do is just request boarding and just program the flight management system. This will be a flight done on IVAO. I'm already connected, and just before I started recording there was a 787 from All Nippon Airways that just took off in that direction, but unfortunately I was a bit too late to record that. So anyway, without further ado, let's just hop into the cockpit. So, and this is again the FSLabs A320, the latest update, which I just installed a couple of hours ago, as a matter of fact. Version 0.193, I believe it was. Well, anyway, so, okay, yeah. Time in the sim is 11:17 Zulu, and departure is at 11:45, so we still have roughly about half an hour. So anyway, let's just call up the FMS and let's just key in all the stuff. So we are going from Frankfurt to Dusseldorf. And, okay, haven't seen that yet. Let me just cross-check that if it's valid with my flight plan. Yes, it is. Okay. So let me just take that. And our alternate will be Cologne. Did I just mistype that? There we go. And our call sign is Lufthansa 1 Lima Charlie. Cost index 20. And we will be cruising at 18,000. And the temperature is minus 22. Alright. So then let's just go to the flight plan page, and we are going to be departing out of runway 07 center via the Maroon 5 Echo departure. So there we go. Okay. And let's just scroll down. Aha. Okay. That's not what I intend on doing. I intend on doing something else. So clear that and clear that, because from Domux I plan on flying the RNAV transition to the ILS 05 left. So via and okay, wait. Okay. Okay, let me just undo all. Okay, because something went wrong. Okay, wait, erase. Okay. Somehow it pre-selected the Domux to X-ray, but I don't want that. So, 05 left, so let's do this backwards now. Wait, how do I get rid of this? Do I clear it? Ah, okay. Oh my goodness. I am so stupid. No star. Okay. So then I wanted to go to the Domux 05. Temporary insert, and then of course now let me just redo my departure. So it's 07 center out of the Maroon with a Maroon 5 Echo departure. Alright, now let me just step through the flight plan just to see if it all makes sense. If I haven't screwed up or anything. Okay, so far so good. Alright, so then here's, okay, Ademi, Domux, Dolov, yep. Yep, that all makes sense, so let me insert that. There we go. Just zoom out a bit more. Yep. Okay, no bogus stuff in there. Alrighty, so hop back to the top. Turn on constraints. Don't need that anymore. Alright, now here, again, I'm just going to cheat. Just use these figures, and we have a block fuel of 5,480. Well, what happens if I do that? There we go, 5.5, that's what I thought. So, now, okay, route reserve 5%, that is correct. Trip fuel 1.5, my OFP says 1.4. That's close enough. And the fuel to the alternate is about 500 kilos, so that's 0.5. Just let it do its thing. And final reserve 30 minutes, that is correct. And trip wind, we have a tailwind of 17 knots. So, tailwind of 17. There we go. So that is pretty much set. Let me just go to the progress page. Yep, that is all good. That all checks out. Ready. So, let me just call up my charts and then just do my RadNav setup. I have my charts open here on my iPad. So, it will be the Maroon 5 Echo departure. So that means I will need Frankfurt Main VOR, that's Fox Mike. And radial 357. And that's it. And then climb 5,000 feet. Okay, that's already set. Okay, that's a simple nav setup. So, let me just go to the performance page. Okay, I have already done my performance calculations. I just jotted them down. I'm gonna put them in just a moment. So what time is it? Okay, 11:24. Still got another 20 minutes or so. Yeah, why not? Let's just call up boarding already. And turn on the seatbelt signs. And yeah, I'm still struggling with the proper audio setup for recording my videos, because I just bought myself a new headset because my old headset just basically died on me. And now the weird thing is that okay, now my voice comes across better than previously, but for whatever reason now, when I record videos, the entire ATC chatter on IVAO, it just doesn't pick it up. So I am still yet to find a solution to that. So you'll be hearing me quite okay, but you won't be hearing air traffic control or any other radio chatter for that matter. So I don't know if you guys have any idea how to fix that, because I'm using the built-in recorder from the Nvidia graphics card driver, and I'm using a USB headset. So and the way I have my system rigged is that basically all the at least here on my desktop PC is that all the flight simulator sounds come through the speakers, like the engine sounds and stuff like that, and all the radio chatter, which is on IVAO, goes through TeamSpeak version 2. Have that come through my headset, and previously with my old headset, it would record both my voice and air traffic and the radio chatter, but the microphone on my old headset just didn't really pick up my voice, so that's why you couldn't really hear me that well. But now with my new headset, it just doesn't record ADC chatter anymore. So, and that is literally the only thing I have changed, is that switched over to a USB headset. So I'm still yet to figure out what's going on there. Anyway, so so let me just take a look at the chart. Okay, since we are very light and we'll be departing out of runway 07 center, at least that's what my intention is, we don't really need to taxi all the way to the runway threshold. We can just take off from the Lima 16 intersection, which will give me a takeoff run of about 3,000 meters. So that's what I'm going to aim for, and that's what I'm also going to request. So the speeds are for Lima 16 intersection takeoff is 141, and VR is 141 again, and the V2 is 142, and transition altitude is 5,000 feet. And yes, the takeoff shift. I mentioned that in my very first video, that when you take off, not from the base end of the runway, but if you take off from an intersection, you actually have to put in like how many meters down the runway you're taking off, as a way for the IRS once you set takeoff power in the Airbus 320, the IRS they update the aircraft position one last time, just to basically get the most accurate aircraft position for your flight. And if you don't do that and you just take off from, let's say, halfway down the runway, even though in reality you're halfway down the runway, the navigation computers, they assume that you have applied takeoff thrust at the runway threshold. So yeah, and as a way to avoid that, that's what this thing is for, to just put that in there. So now let me see with this latest update if they implemented that. I would be surprised if they did, because there was no mention of that in the release notes. So let's do some quick math. So okay, so we have a takeoff run of 4,000 meters. The intersection will give me a takeoff run of 3,012 meters. That is 978 meters down the runway. No, okay, no, they don't simulate that. Oh well, hopefully in a future update. So, okay, and it'll be a flaps 1 takeoff, and okay, let me just see what trim setting I need. So let me just go here to the payload section. So we have, okay, gross weight CG of 24.0. Technically speaking, I would need to refer to my takeoff CG, but taxi fuel is about 200 kilos. I don't think that it's going to change that all too much, so I'm just going to refer to my handy chart here. There's an actual chart or graph or graphic, as for that matter, where you can basically plot the center of gravity versus the trim setting for takeoff. So when I go down the line for 24% CG, I get roughly 0.8 degrees nose up. So we'll put in up 0.8 degrees. There we go. That is done. Okay, don't need that. Let's just go back to the doors page. And we have a flex temperature of 67 degrees. We are very light today. As a matter of fact, because we're only carrying about 78 passengers, I have a zero fuel weight of about 51.8 tons. The max zero fuel weight is 62.5 tons. So with 5.5 tons of fuel, I have a takeoff weight of about 57 tons. and the max takeoff weight for this aircraft is 77, so we are well below max takeoff weight. So that is all put in. Okay, got another 15 minutes.
Good morning. Thank you. Hello.
Right.
Hello.
So let me just see, is everything okay? Looks good so far. Okay, it's a nice day out today.
Hello.
Better than here in rainy England, because I live and work in the UK, and yeah, so just looking out the window, it's just gray, gloomy. It rained a little bit, so kind of wish I could be in Frankfurt right now, because the weather looks way more inviting. Anyway, so time again for one of my quick and dirty departure and emergency briefings. So we are in departure briefing. We are in Airbus A320 in Frankfurt. Departure will be out of runway 07 center via the Maroon 5 Echo departure. And at 800 feet, continue via Delta Fox 139er 146, then Odaga, then we do a right turn to Teska, Alidi, and Maroon, climb 5,000 feet. In case of engine failure, we'll continue straight ahead, climb to 4,000 feet, and we'll just vector ourselves back to either runway 07 left or 07 right. Most likely 07 right. Okay. In case of a rejected takeoff, before 100 abort for any malfunctions, before V1 abort for engine fire, failure, or aircraft becomes uncontrollable. Actions are: I call stop, thrust levers idle, max reverse, and monitor the auto brakes come to a full stop on the runway, identify the problem, adopt the appropriate procedure, and after that we'll decide if we evacuate on the runway or taxi back to stand. MSA in the region is 4,300 to the northwest and 3,500 in the remaining 3 quadrants. So, and landing weight is not a problem, so should we have to return, we can land without any problems. Okay, departure briefing complete. Okay, still got another 10 minutes or so. So let me just see, look at the overhead panel, see if everything makes sense. Yep, irises are aligned. That is okay. That is on. For those who are wondering, okay, what on earth this switch does. Basically, this is for the cockpit voice recorder, and I believe also the flight data recorder, although I'm not sure. But I know that it's definitely for the cockpit voice recorder, that normally the cockpit voice recorder starts recording all the cockpit chatter after at least one engine is on. And however, if you press that switch, it'll also start recording when the engines are off, when you're parked at the gate, because like for accident investigation, it also is quite helpful to listen to what the pilots were talking about prior, before the actual accident occurs, so that if there's something that went wrong already in the flight preparation phase, they can identify that just by listening in to the cockpit voice recorder. Right, so Okay, all the engine fire tests have been, and APU fire tests have been done. That is all okay. Fuel pumps are on. Okay, the battery voltage is okay. The air conditioning unit is also fine. I mean, for those wondering why on earth the switch is in low, according to the aircraft manuals, is that okay? Normally speaking, like normal conditions, is that you just leave it in the pack flow in normal. That is basically how effective the packs work, so, how effective the air conditioning works. If you're carrying a light load, I don't know what the exact number is, but I believe something like if you carry less than 115 passengers or something like that, I'd have to refer to the manuals again. You can actually go into low mode, which basically slows down the pack operation, and that in essence just saves a bit of fuel. Won't save that much on this short flight, but if you have a long 3-4 hour flight and you only have a handful of passengers on board, yeah, if you do that, if you just multiply that across the amount of flights the aircraft does and the entire fleet, yeah, the airline could save a bit of money on that. Alternatively, high flow is you would only really set that in hot and humid conditions on the ground. Like for example, if you're like a lot of the Gulf carriers, like for example in Qatar or just in the Middle East, or if you're operating somewhere in the middle of the jungle or something like that, you could just set it to high mode on the ground, and basically it just helps with cooling the aircraft down. But I'm not sure if you would leave that on high mode during flight. I think at some point they would go back to normal, to the normal setting. So, I mean, that was just a quick and dirty and brief explanation of what exactly that thing does. I'm probably not 100% correct. I mean, probably there's going to be the one or the other person that's going to point out my mistakes. But oh well. I mean, it's like we're all here to learn. So anyway, so back to low setting, and yep. So boarding should be completed any moment now. I'm just gonna take a look at the traffic around me on my iPad. Okay. Ready. So we only have the tower online. So let me just hello. Oh, there we go. That was weird. So the tower is 119.9. I'm just already going to select his frequency. You guys probably will not be able to hear him unless miracles happen, but whatever. Okay, so boarding complete. So let me just start the APU. And let's close all the doors. Yeah. So once the APU is running, I'll be disconnecting the ground power.
Der Takeoff Oslo, Frankfurt, Terminal Richtung VSDC.
Huh, okay. Something interesting, I just realized that now the air traffic chatter is coming through the loudspeakers. So I must have muddled up my settings, so there's a chance that you guys may be able to hear them on the recording. So let's see. Okay, APU is available.
Negative. Turn now left on right.
APU bleed on. And disconnect the ground power. And let's disconnect all this stuff here. So ground power disconnect, AC card disconnect.
Turn now left on the taxiway minus.
And let's get rid of the ground shocks. Parking brakes are set. Okay, I think that completes this page. So now I can go back to the flight plan page on the first officer side.
Der Papa Solo Frankfurt hallo, fliegen Sie in die Kontrollzone über Lima, der Grüne 1029 in Betriebsrichtung 07 und das Box 4444.
Okay, so let me request startup. So then they have ATIS information Lima.
Der Grüne 1024.
Okay. Frankfurt Tower Gute, Lufthansa 1 Lima Charlie, stand Alpha 23, information Lima, request startup.
Lufthansa 1 Lima Charlie, Frankfurt Tower Gute, startup. Dusseldorf via the mountain, pick departure out of Aerosoft Center, and
Startup approved, clear destination Dusseldorf via the Maroon 5 Echo departure, outer runway 07 center, flight plan route, and say again Squawk, Lufthansa 1 Lima Charlie.
Lufthansa 1 Lima Charlie, Squawk 1000.
Squawk 1000, Lufthansa 1 Lima Charlie. Okay. So let's just put in the squawk code. Okay, that is set to above, and that is standby.
Wollen Sie landen in Frankfurt oder Platz fliegen? Wollen Sie
Okay.
oder noch Platz
Huh. Okay, seems like the tower is having some trouble with some VFR traffic. Anyway. So, let me just turn on the beacon and prepare aircraft for pushback. Oh no, not this crap again. It's oh, whatever. No.
Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push completed and brakes set.
Lufthansa 1 Lima Charlie, request pushback. Push approved, Lufthansa 1 Lima Charlie. Okay, so before start checklist. Gear pins removed, pitot-static checked, signs on auto, fuel 5,480 kilograms, altimeters 1024,380. Takeoff data inserted 141, 142. Beacon on. Parking brake on. Mobile off before start check was complete.
Nach der Platzumkehrung
Launching gear.
quer.
Excuse me.
Departure check completed. Flight has been inserted.
Ja,
Parking brakes.
Parking brakes released.
Push. Due to icing conditions, please stand by for engine start until push completed and brakes set.
Yeah, I would normally follow those instructions if it were really snowy and icy and so on, but it's just 3 degrees. No way. I'm going to start my engines as normal. So, number 2 engine start.
India Alpha Golf 0259, cross runway 07 center, smoke standby.
Oh, hello. Where'd he come from? No, with sharklets even. Number 1 engine start.
Set parking brakes.
Parking brake set.
In der abgesetzten Route Monana Foxtrot, taxi to position Foxtrot 213 via Lima and November 14.
Unlocking gear.
Okay, then prepare the aircraft for taxi, hence signal on...
Flight passengers removed.
Okay, then prepare the aircraft for taxi, hand signal on the right hand side, and bye-bye. After start items, flaps 1.
Good evening, Frankfurt ground. Lufthansa 309er with information Lima, requesting for radio check.
309 standby.
Flight control check. Full left.
Left is clear. Right is
Full
clear.
right. Neutral. Full up. Full down. Neutral. Rudder. Full left. Full right. Neutral. Okay, after start checklist. Anti-ice. Off. Trim. 0.8 up and 0 flight controls checked. After start checklist complete. Taxi. Lufthansa 1 Lima Charlie, request taxi.
From the 379er, redefine 5 I already said it on the 379er, redefine 5 Lufthansa 1 Lima Charlie takes over the command of Aerosoft Center and 159 Lima 17.
Taxi holding point, runway 07 center via November 5 Lima, and we're also able Lima 16 departure, Lufthansa 1 Lima Charlie.
In der abgesetzten Route Monana Foxtrot, take the position on your left hand side.
Left side clear, right side I'm assuming is also clear.
Break, Lufthansa 1 Lima Charlie, Roger, taxi via November 5 Lima 16, Roger, transfer center.
November 5 Lima, Lima 16, runway 07 center, Lufthansa 1 Lima Charlie. There we go.
Our Lufthansa 309er requesting for IFO clearance to Munich as filed.
Lufthansa 379 startup cleared München by the Dickens Relay Sierra departure out of Munich, flight plan squawk 1000.
Munich departure, we are runway 18, departure Delta Kilo Bravo 8 Sierra, squawk 1000. Lufthansa 309er.
379 feedback.
Right, so, okay, departure briefing remains the same. The Maroon 5 Echo departure, and we will be departing out of intersection Lima 16. So, all is okay. And 5,000 feet is set in the window. So, let's do the takeoff checklist. Okay, takeoff checklist. Takeoff. All green, flaps 1 plus F, packs on engines. So we are ready to go. just apply a little bit of brakes, because we are very light, and the aircraft is just speeding up like nothing. Oh, there's a Norwegian 737. Probably flying back to somewhere in Scandinavia. Whoa, back to the center line. Okay, so this is now November, Lima 14. So, the next one left. Lufthansa Cargo MD-11. I did an MD-11 flight a few days back, down to Nairobi and Johannesburg and back. That was actually fun. I'll probably do an MD-11 flight in Lufthansa 1 Lima Charlie, ready for departure.
Lima Charlie, wenn 7 von 100
Clear for takeoff runway 07 Center Lufthansa 1 Lima Charlie. Okie doke. So let's fire everything up. So wait, this is Lima 16. Yeah, I was saying is like I'll probably do an MD-11 flight one day and record it. Okay, approach sector was clear. Okay, so ready? Takeoff. Takeoff power set. 100. Go, rotate. Gear up. Wow, that was a short takeoff run. Holy cow. One 22.8 Lufthansa 1 Lima Charlie, danke, tschüss. Autopilot on, and let me just go up to 180. Oh, huh. Another fellow aircraft up there. So, and flaps 0. Right. Look at that winter scenery. It's nowhere near this snowy in Germany, I bet you. Okay, altimeters. Standard 50. Oh yeah. We're very light. I mean, look at that, 4,000 feet a minute climb rate. Huh. Alrighty. So far, so good. Yeah, let's zoom out a little bit. Okay, there's my top of climb. My top of descent is somewhere down there, yeah. Seatbelt signs off. And Radnov page clear. Okay, one thing I forgot to check is, during my flight preparation, is, okay, that's what I thought. Because according to the chart, at Domux I need to be flight level 140 or below. That constraint isn't in there. I really don't know why. So, I'm going to say minus 140. Let's descend. Insert. Okay, let's just try this again. Okay, how about if I ditch the minus? Because I need to be in flight level 140. What the hell? Okay, I don't know why it doesn't do that. Oh well. Let me just check any other constraints. Okay, 220 knots. Yep, they're in there. I just need to be at flight level 140 or below at Domux. Okay, I guess I'll have to manually do that then. And technically I should be resetting my squawk to 2000, but as far as I can tell, that I got someone online in Dusseldorf, so, and before he tries to assign me a squawk code while on short final, I'll just keep the squawk code I have in there. And I forgot to do the 2,000 foot call out, so that one's on me. Okay, so I can get rid of the Frankfurt charts. Now Maroon is just up ahead, so I can get rid of the Maroon chart as well. And down goes my speed again. So climb speed of 311 knots and then the cruising speed of 280 something. Okay. That is something I missed. Anyway. Let's do the approach preparations already. So, let me just request the weather for Dusseldorf and also Cologne while I'm at it. Send, and I'm just waiting for the message to come back. Oh, there we go. That was quick. So, I just go to the performance page. So we have a QNH of 1023, similar weather to Frankfurt for that matter. Temperature 3 degrees, and the winds 130 at 8. And the transition level is probably 6,000. Yep, 6,000. Okay, so, and the weather in Cologne is similar, so cool. Cool beans. And the decision height. Okay. Okay, let me just go through this chart. 220 feet. Alright, that's all set. Okay. Alright, let's look outside for a while. If only it were this snow covered in reality. Okay. So at Domux I need to be at flight level 140 or below, so let me just do just calculate that one quick in my head. So I need to drop about 4,000 feet times 3 is 12 plus 10%, that's 13.2. I'm just going to round up, okay, about 15 miles before Domux. I'm going to initiate my descent. Okay. So, auto brakes low. Okay, so let me do my quick and dirty approach briefing. Okay, approach briefing, it'll be ILS approach runway 05 left in Dusseldorf. Final altitude is 3,000 feet. Descent starts at Dikmi, which is 9.1 DME of the ILS. Check altitude at 4.3 DME is 1,480. And the minimum is 220 feet. And the runway is 2,400 meters long. In case of missed approach, continue on heading 052 and then at 3 DME Düsseldorf, or 2.8 DME of the ILS. Left turn intercept QDM of 267 of Lima, NDB. And then continue to Lima and climb 4,000 feet. So, let me just do the RadNav setup. So, we want to go to Lima. So that is set. Should I need that? Yeah, so continue to Lima and then climb 4,000 feet. MSA in the region is 2,800 in the eastern sector and 2,400 in the remaining. Landing will be with flaps full, auto brakes low. Quick and dirty approach briefing complete. Oh, traffic. Now, let me see if we can see him. Should be out there somewhere. Somewhere over here. But I don't see him. Oh well. I mean, lately I've been doing like a ton of long-haul flights on my 777, and also, as I mentioned before, my MD-11. And as much as these long-haul flights, as nice as these long-haul flights are, it's always nice to do like a short hop like that every now and then. I mean, my favorite, my favorite city pairs are actually Frankfurt to Stuttgart and back, and also this one which we're doing right now to Dusseldorf and back, because the flights, it's just like it's ridiculously short. Like before you reach your top of climb, you already have to prepare for your descent, and just everything just goes by much quicker. Because I mean, let's face it, after all, during the cruise you don't really do that much. So roughly 30 miles, just a bit over 30 miles to Domux. Okay. And I'm just going to pre-select Dusseldorf Tower frequency. That is 118.3. But I will not tune into it yet. Oh, okay. We also have a ground frequency that's online. Okay, cool. Why not? And set my TCAS to below. Alrighty. So once I pass Abilu, I'm going to start my descent. So let me just dial in 14,000. Select my constraints on. Here we go. So, a nice 2,000 feet a minute should bring me pretty much on the descent path to reach Domux at 14,000, and yep, that's what it's telling me. I love it when the scenery glitches out. Yeah, there we go. What airport is that anyway? EDDLW. No, that could be Dortmund. No, EDDLW is Dortmund, but I don't know. That airport doesn't look like Dortmund. Or could it? Not too sure. Not too sure. Okay, seatbelt signs going on. $1,000 to go. There we go. At flight level 140, about 3 miles before Domux. That wasn't a bad calculation. So, let me see what the further descent profile is. Okay, I think I'm just going to wait for the glide path, not the glide path, what am I saying, the descent path, basically this magenta point there to come down, and then I'll just follow that. Okay, we're doing 250 knots, flight level 140, let me see, what time do I need to be there on the ground? At 35. I'll leave it at 250. I was considering speeding up, but we need to speed right down again, so I'll just leave it at the way it is. Okay. Just taking a look at the ground charts. Because we're being Lufthansa, so they will most likely put us on the Alpha Pier in Dusseldorf. So I'm just kind of making myself a mental note of what taxi instructions they are most likely to give me. So most likely they're going to tell me, okay, vacate via Kilo 2, Lima cross 05 right via, and then Lima 3, then on to Mike, and then from there, yeah, okay. And then from Mike via Lima 5 on Tango or something like that, is my guess. Okay, while I'm at it, let me just select this on. Okay, let me just see. Nah, it's slowly coming down. Currently 2,300 feet below the descent path. Okay, let me just check this is all okay, and let me check if that all makes sense. Yep, all is well. Okay, I haven't flown in my Airbus 320 in quite a while now, so please don't judge me too harshly on my landings. And there comes the glide path. What am I saying? So I'm just going to select 8,000 feet for now. And managed. Do a nice managed descent. Now I'm just going to stop myself from descending beyond 8,000 for the time being, because I don't want to be too low too early. Ah, there's a familiar sight. The River Rhine. It's like I have flown this stretch so often as a passenger in real life. Okay, the speed constraint coming up. There we go. Question is, do I help with speed brakes or not? Because I'm not a big fan of using speed brakes, just because of, you know, passenger comfort's sake. But the Airbus 320, aerodynamically speaking, is so slippery that quite often you have no other choice. No, let's just see how that unfolds. Oh well, no, we're reducing our speed. That's okay. I'm just going to select the tower frequency now. Okay, 10,000 feet. Or you know what? Well, let me just go down to 3,000. Okay, that's a good descent rate. That's fine. In which case, I am already gonna set the altimeters. Okay, now we're above the glide path, but this will give me enough time to recapture it. And what did I say? 1023, 1023. Yep. Okay, so altimeters 1023, 8,500. And I'll be activating the approach phase when I reach here somewhere. And I'm just going to pre-select the ground frequency, so that's 21.9er. Oh, seems like it just went offline. Ha! Perfect. Oh, that's weird. Snow over here, but green over there. And activate approach phase. $2,000 to go. There's the airport. And why am I not having any ILS indications? Oh boy. Could be that the frequencies were updated, but I didn't update my airport scenery with the new frequency. Oh well. I guess I could just do it visually, in worst case. Oh boy. It's always these unforeseen things. Flaps 1. Yep, they updated the frequency, because I should be getting a reading by now. Oh well. Can't have everything. Just gotta do it this way then. Okay, now I'm just gonna give a call to the tower and just tell him a little lie. Dusseldorf Tower, hello, Lufthansa 1 Lima Charlie, established ILS 05 left.
2,500.
Lufthansa 1 Lima Charlie, hallo, Wind 1 0 degrees, 0 to land, 05, clear to land.
Clear to land runway 05 left, Lufthansa 1 Lima Charlie. Flaps 2. Speed managed. And I'm gonna do this manually. So thrust idles, autopilot off, and gear down. And flaps 3. flight director and all this off. And flaps full. A bit high, but we'll get it. I'll get it. So landing checklist. Landing all green, flaps full. And set the missed approach altitude of 4,000. Yeah, we'll be fine. A bit adventurous for the people in the back, but whatever, I'll capture it.
1,000.
Checked.
$500. 400. 100 above. Minimum.
Continue. Whoa.
$100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard. 10. 5.
Whoa, that was a rough landing. Okay. Spoilers, reverse green. Okay. Manual braking. That was a rough landing, guys. After landing items. Lufthansa 1 Lima Charlie, runway vacated via Kilo 2.
Lufthansa 1 Lima Charlie, willkommen in Dusseldorf. 68 Alpha 13 via Kilo 2, cross runway 23 left, Lima 3, Mike, Papa 2, and Tango.
Taxi stand Alpha 03 via Kilo 2, cross runway 05 right, then Lima 3, Mike, and Papa 2, Lufthansa 1 Lima Charlie.
8 Alpha 13, Lufthansa 1 Lima Charlie. Alpha 03 wäre auch okay.
Ne, Alpha 13 passt auch, Lufthansa 1 Lima Charlie.
Roger.
Okay, and brake fans on. Haven't been to Dusseldorf in quite a while. so this is Lima 4, then comes Lima 5, then Papa 1 and Papa 2. Okay, just slow down a little bit. There we go. Kind of curious what my landing vertical speed was, because that was a hard touchdown. Because for a moment I thought like I was flaring, but then I thought I flared a bit too much, so I didn't pull back any harder. But then I don't know. I mean, that was pretty much like a Ryanair type landing, because their landings are really rough. At least all the ones I've been flying with so far. So this is Lima 5 here. So then, and Papa 1 is coming. Papa 1 is coming up. So Papa 2 is after this one here. There we go, Papa 2. Stand 1, Alpha 1, 3. As I suspected, something on the A piers. Okay. Let's not be hasty. And Alpha 1, 3, that is 2/3 down the pier. Okay. Not much going on in Dusseldorf. There was more traffic in Frankfurt. So this is Alpha 10. The next one is Alpha 12. Okay. Where's Alpha 11? Oh well. So here's my gate, and I'm just gonna already turn off the lights here. Down. Not that much though. Stop. Okay, let's just connect the ground power. And verify that it's connected. Yep. So. Just waiting for about 5% N1 to turn off the beacons. That's close enough. Seatbelt sends off. Ground shocks, and connect the AC card. So, just turn off the parking brakes. Alright, parking checklist. All engines off. Radar off. Parking brakes off. Parking checklist complete. Alrighty, so let's just call up. Request deboarding. I don't think these jetways work. No. Oh well. Doesn't matter. So let's just open the doors for everyone. Let me just pre-select Unicom. Lufthansa 1 Lima Charlie on Blocks. Danke für den Service. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Tschüss.
Ja, danke fürs Fliegen. Ciao. Change of crew.
Okay. Stairs are there. Let's open the doors. Okay, anything else that I'm missing? No. Just waiting for the boarding to decommence, and we were on time. Not bad. Yeah, well, I mean, the approach was a bit weird. I mean, as I said, probably like with the latest FMS database cycle, I guess Dusseldorf, they updated their ILS frequencies, and I forgot to update that in the airport scenery. Hence why I didn't have an ILS indication. Oh well, I mean, it was nice to do a visual approach. It was a bit unstable. Technically speaking, at the 1,000 foot call, that was unstable. I should have gone around, but yeah, but I was certain that I would be able to recapture the glide. However, that touchdown, that was horrible. That was a rough touchdown. I would really like to know what my vertical speed on that one was, because that was really rough. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this flight. I most certainly did, and yeah, I will see you guys on the flip side. Happy landings and take care.
Bye, thank you. Bye.